you. Oh yes, share revelation. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. Okay. Share revelation. Hold on. This is the thing, by the way. Share revelation is a channel point a channel point redemption. And when you click on it, it tells you a little bit description. It says streamer will reveal a fact about Blood Hunt, a thing they like or themselves. So hold on, I have a grid for this. So actually, Jiangshi, I'm gonna give you the choice. Do you want a fact about me? Do you want something about a thing I like? Or do you want some facts about Blood Hunt? Yeah, I know. I wanna stream more so more people can talk about this, because I feel like I wanna talk more about me. I want to connect more. I want to share some stuff about me. Get to know each other and all that sort of stuff. What I like. Okay, a thing that I like. A thing that I like. Okay, right off the bat. Hold on. By the way, piles of horror movies. Piles of horror movies. Oh my god, this copy is completely destroyed, but okay. So, because it's Halloween, just gonna mark this off of my list. Okay, so I'm sure that people might know about this, but I just want to make sure that you really know about this. Everyone's heard about the movie The Evil Dead, or the movies of The Evil Dead. I really like this series of movies. I haven't watched a TV show yet, but this one is crumbling because some people didn't necessarily think about this, but this is my Book of the Dead Evil Dead edition. It's like this is foam, but this is like polyurethane that they didn't think that we need to have. We need to keep up. Like this is completely like, this is cracking. Like this doesn't stand the test of time, let's say. So it's just foam that's just waiting to fall apart in the future. I'm not gonna open this one because it's gonna fall. But yeah, I really like there's a lot of special editions. Like the Evil Dead movies are probably one of the, like, next to Star Wars, are probably like the kind of movies that have been edited and re-edited and other version edited. Like you only have like a certain number of like actual movie copies of it. Like, there's the 1986 recording, there's the like 1990s like edit and that kind of stuff. But it's just the different packagings that they keep repackaging the movie to sell more, and it keeps selling. So you can have the same movie, the exact same movie, like nothing necessarily added to it, or the bonus content or the bonus features or anything. Like, it can be still the same thing, but it's been repackaged in different packages like 8 times, and you still have people going like, I love Evil Dead, I'm just gonna buy it. So there you go, that's my Evil Dead 2 Book of the Dead special edition that I have. This one I can actually pull out because some people thought of the issue. And it used to be because like it doesn't work anymore, but I have to open it. But originally, when you poked it in the eye, you can feel there's a button behind it, and you'd hear behind it. But yeah, this is the Book of the Dead. According to the movie, it is the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, also known as Book of the Dead. Bound by it's a book bound in human flesh and inked with human blood. Hold on. So you got some cool artwork that is directly from. Some of it is taken from the movie. Some of it is new artwork. And all of this is kind of like pig Latin. You can decrypt like all the things that are written in there. There you go. That's Rotten Applehead character that's there. Some trees. The original kind of oh, there you go. And if you watch the movie, the movies, like this is a reference to Evil Dead 1. This is a reference directly about something that happens in Evil Dead 2. Yeah, I absolutely love those movies. It's starring Bruce Campbell as Ash. What I know about this, there's 3 movies. There's the Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and then there's Army of Darkness, also known as Evil Dead 3. And there's also Ash versus the Evil Dead TV series that exists. There's also several like book tie-ins to this, but yeah, we'll keep that near me or something like that. There. Yeah, and these are all made by Sam Raimi, which you know is the director of Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. Also made like a whole bunch of movies. Has made the horror movie Drag Me to Hell as well when he decided to return to his roots of horror movie making. I absolutely love these movies. It's a trilogy, but it's in the very loosest term of calling it a trilogy. The first movie was made when they were in their young 20s. They were young college students who almost like completely bankrupted themselves trying to make just a college horror movie. Yeah, I could. Like, this is all like I can highlight this and put this on my YouTube. So yes, this is yeah, so the first movie was just a bunch of college students that shot in a cabin in the woods. This is the original, by the way, this is the original Cabin in the Woods movie, is like the first Evil Dead. Like that's where it came from. It's very gritty, very like we put things together with the things that we had. Some people will say, like, we'll talk about like continuity between the shots and between the actors and between the props and all of this. You're not supposed to put any attention to this, because basically what happened is they went to the cabin, they shot some stuff, ran out of money, worked, got some money, came back to the cabin, shot some more, and yada yada yada. There was like, it was terrible filming conditions too. There's a whole story about this. Hold on. I mean, the DVD commentaries like add a bunch of stuff, but if you got to get like your primo information, it comes from the Bruce Campbell autobiography, If Chins Could Kill: Confessions of a B-Movie Actor. There you go, Bruce Campbell. The man with the incredible chin. You've seen him like whenever Sam Raimi puts a movie out. You always have a Bruce Campbell cameo somewhere. Like I think he was in all the Spider-Mans. He was in the apparently he was in the how do you call it? The Multiverse of Madness in there. I haven't seen it, but I know that he's there. Yeah, Bruce Campbell is kind of a favorite, and also is his brother, Sam Raimi. What's his brother's name? Ted Raimi. You've seen them also in, yes, exactly, I was going to say this, Hercules and Xena, the TV shows, which Sam Raimi helped direct and produce. Bruce Campbell has played a character in there, and Ted Raimi has also played characters in there. Ted Raimi is not in the original the first Evil Dead movie, but he is in Evil Dead 2 and Evil Dead 3, and Army of Darkness for sure. Um, what else can I tell you? Yeah, the first Evil Dead movie is like I yeah again like I said, like it's a trilogy, but it's in the very loosest term. The first Evil Dead movie is very gritty and horror and disgusting. They wanted to make, as young adults in their 20s, they wanted to make the most gruesome, most disturbing movie that they could possibly do, and they managed to do that in spades. It is still a very visceral experience, very like uh, beginning of 80s movies, very gritty, film grain. There's a lot of things about that movie that have been used as references, and a lot of things have been homages that have been added in a lot of horror movies since then, because it has such cult following. Evil Dead 2, however, is a totally different tone, still using the same kind of premise, but you might as well say that it's a completely different movie. Uh, it's not necessary to see the first one to see the second one. So that's why I'm saying, like, in these times where trilogies, it's just kind of like, oh, it's a trilogy, you have to see number 1, number 2, then number 3. That's the way to do it. But you could watch these 3 movies separately and have a different movie experience happening. Um, so yeah, the second one, which is my one of my like favorite movies of all time, it is a mix of horror and comedy. Um, Sam Raimi is a big, big, big fan of the Three Stooges. Um, yeah, big fan of Three Stooges. So there's a lot of Three Stooges comedy that you're gonna find in Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness, which I don't have. I believe it's my brother that has my copy about that. Um, and Yeah, perfect mix of horror, of comedy, of practical effects, stop motion animation. Evil Dead 2 is a landmark movie because it is the first movie that has been made with um, the incredible team of special effects. This is the movie that brought together the special effects team of K and B. I don't remember all their names, but they have been kind of the cornerstone of special effects in Hollywood ever since they've been working on this movie together. Um, if ever you've seen From Dusk Till Dawn, a lot of their work is featured in there. Even though Tom Savini is in there as well, and he's a special effects make artist. On top of that, it still doesn't matter. They're all friends, anyways. But yes, this is super horror comedy, weirdness. It's got so many things, so many emotions, and this is the kind of movie that the first watch that you do alone is really scary, and it's really like, I don't know what's going on. But now that you know, after the first watch, you know what's going on, and you know the story beats, and you understand that a lot of the stuff that Bruce Campbell does in that movie is stuff that he's doing by himself. There's a lot of time spent with just Bruce Campbell himself and the possessed hand and all of this. This is all like actor's craft and all of this. You get appreciation for it. And also, when you understand that a lot of stuff that is not made by Bruce Campbell, where his character is being like assaulted by stuff, anytime that there's something that's being thrown at him, or he's being hit by branches or furniture or anything, you have to know that all of this, every single piece of that, it's because it's Sam Raimi that threw those things at Bruce because he likes to torture Bruce Campbell. Um, that's his thing. It's his love language. Okay. Um, yeah, and every kind of rewatch of Evil Dead 2, you can have a laugh. The first one is kind of scary, kind of comedy, like you don't know exactly what's going on. Like the horror aspects of this really work. But then after that, and especially if you're having a drink with friends, there are so many drinking games that exist on the internet in regards to Evil Dead 2. Some of them are actually kind of cruel. Within the first 15 minutes, you're kind of drunk already. Um, but yeah, Evil Dead 2, absolutely love it. Evil Dead 3, also known as Army of Darkness, is a totally different tone as well because it is more of a it was made in the 90s, and you see the production quality has changed. It's a bit more of a chivalry, an adventure kind of thing, with some moments that are harking back to Evil Dead 2. But it's more of it's very a movie of the 90s. It's got some disturbing moments in there. It's got some full on war that's happening, hence the Army of Darkness. And it's very, very PG 13, very PG 13. So you might be having more fun with this one, but the Army of Darkness, you're gonna have quite a few chuckles in there, or you're gonna have like a little fun going like, hey, here's Ash doing some dumb stuff and heroic stuff, but then going back to the dumb stuff. And here's the bit that has some of the Three Stooges stuff where skeletons are trying to poke your eyes out and stick out your tongue and stuff like that. And there's also like this book that's being thrown in there. And also famously, Army of Darkness has two endings. One that is, let's say, a little bit more positive, which is the canon ending, and there's another alternate version which is a downer ending. So if you're ever interested in that, there's two endings to follow. But with the canon ending, after that, many years later, they decided to make Ash versus Evil Dead TV series that has 3 seasons, I believe. I haven't watched them. I've been saving kind of that for good moment in the future. We're gonna watch that. They've also made a remake of the Evil Dead, of the original first Evil Dead, in a few years ago, which apparently was extremely gruesome. I haven't watched it yet because I kind of fear, because I like my originals. At some point I'm gonna watch. It's just that the original trailer that they did for that disgusted me incredibly. But yeah, if anything that you can take out of what I've been saying out of this is that absolutely, if you have not seen Evil Dead 2, have a watch by yourself. And then after watching it by yourself once, so you know the story, have a watch with some friends that have already watched it before, and have some drinks and laugh every time Bruce Campbell gets hit by his own hand, by branches, by anything. It's a laugh. It's a good. First watch is horrible because terrified horror comedy. After that, it's a laugh riot. It's absolutely, definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. Which is a weird thing to say because some people are going like, oh yeah, this is Citizen Kane, or other stuff, and I'm just go like, yeah, best favorite film, Evil Dead 2. Yep. Parents aren't very happy about that, but what can you do? So that was revelation about the Evil Dead, a thing I like a lot. As you can see, I know a lot about it. So, you happy with that,